the truth.
Hey, Lebron, was there anything that you noticed in that first quarter about just the general way the team was playing and the turnovers that surprised you? And how did that play out for the rest of the game?
No, I mean, we know that we can't turn the ball over versus this team. They're very active defensively. And it starts with myself being the starting point guard of the team, you know, having 5 first half turnovers, 8 total for the game is can't do that, obviously, because it gives them more possessions. It doesn't allow us to set our defense. And they're really, really good offensively. So you just can't turn the ball over versus that team, and I'll take full responsibility for that.
You've had a 40-point triple-double in the finals before. Just wondered what you thought of Jimmy's effort tonight and how you guys need to defend him better or differently in game 4.
I thought Jimmy was phenomenal. You know, he did everything that they needed for him to do tonight, and he came through big time in a big-time game. And we'll watch the film and see ways we can be better going into game 4. But I thought he was great.
LeBron, Anthony got into some foul trouble early and had a little trouble getting going. What did you see happening with him? And yeah, I mean, just that. What did you see happening with him?
I mean, you just said it. He got into some foul trouble. And, you know, they even, you know, one of the shots that he made when he had 4 fouls, they still try to slide up underneath him and get him a 5th and a 3rd. So, you know, I think the foul trouble made him a little passive, you know, because he wanted to be out on the floor, but he couldn't be his aggressive self, you know, offensively and defensively. So, you know, I think the foul slowed him down a lot tonight.
Allison?
LeBron, despite it seemingly Miami controlling the action, holding the lead for most of the start of the game, you guys would take a lead around 9 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. From there on, what do you think allowed them to separate from you guys?
They continued to make shots, and we had some turnovers. We didn't make shots. You know, they came down and executed after we took the lead. You know, and Jimmy had, like I said, he had you know, his hand on all those plays pretty much. Obviously, you know, we got to do a better job of that coming down in the stretch. But I like our fight tonight, even as poorly as I believe we played.
You guys obviously had a chance to take a 3-0 lead. Are you concerned about kind of giving Miami sort of a breath of fresh air, and with the possibility that Bam returns in the next game? Do you feel like opportunity missed in that way?
I mean, you have an opportunity, and if you don't make the most of it, then you come back the next time. I mean, it's not like you know, the series wasn't over if we won tonight, and we know for sure that Miami is never going to quit, no matter if we won tonight and they're going into a game 4 of 3-1. I mean, I know how resilient that bunch is and how resilient their coaching staff is and their franchise. So, you know, I don't ever feel like we went into it and haven't, you know, let our guard down and also I don't feel like we're concerned. We're not concerned. We know we can play a lot better. And we have another opportunity to take a commanding lead on Tuesday. So you relish that opportunity.
Yeah.
LeBron, when you guys have lost games this postseason, you've responded very well. What is it about this group that's handled quick adjustments that has bounced back from losses so well in this playoffs?
Well, we learn from our mistakes pretty quick. You know, and obviously right now with games being every other day, pretty much it's the film room. It's the film room, and it's how well we can make adjustments from the film and take it to the floor. And we've done a great job throughout this postseason. So we're going to definitely have to do that because we're playing versus a very, 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 very good team. And we have to learn from our mistakes and be better on Tuesday.
Ron, it's usually pretty fun when you and Jimmy play against each other over the years. Would you say that you enjoy playing against him? You respect playing against him? Where is your level and sort of emotions toward him as you go against him over and over in different teams, different cities?
Yeah, love it. Love it. One of the best competitors that we have in our game. And, you know, we love that opportunity. You know, like I said, for me personally, I don't know how many more opportunities I'm going to have. So, you know, to be able to go against a fierce competitor like that is something I'll look back on when I'm done playing, but like I miss those moments.
We'll take the last two with Will on Zoom.
All right, thank you. Bill Plaschke.
Yeah, LeBron, when you walked off the court with about 10 seconds left, was that frustration or do you think the game was over?
Both.
Hey, Anthony, LeBron said he felt like the early foul trouble impacted the way that you were able to play and potentially how aggressive you could be. What did you think that impact had for you, and how did you analyze the way the game went overall for you?
It had an impact. Picked up too early and come in and get the third. So it takes away the aggressiveness on both ends of the floor that I'm used to playing with. And, those guys like to take charges or whatever and, try to draw offensive fouls. So it took away the aggressiveness a little bit. Still have to be better, still have to find ways to affect the game, on both ends of the floor. But it definitely took me out, and put a little bit too much pressure on the other guys.
That first quarter, you had 10 turnovers that LeBron noted too. Many of them were between him and you. You guys are the leaders of the team. What did you see from an execution standpoint on offense and how that might have impacted things?
Just silly turnovers. I mean, I had 4 offensive fouls, miscommunication on some passes, but we just have to be better overall. I mean, we'll be fine. We make shots. We didn't defend at all tonight. They made big shots, made some good plays. Trust me, we'll be fine.
What do you attribute some of that to? When you say we didn't defend at all tonight, why do you think that was?
I just wasn't talking on the defensive end. Our schemes were set up for certain situations, and we didn't execute them. We were getting confused on a lot of things. They had wide open looks that they missed early and made late. And 3 we were letting Jimmy get into a strong hand too many times, get into the basket, getting and ones, or get into the free throw line. We were letting guys get to the rim easily with no contact. Our low man help wasn't there tonight. We just had too many communication plays. And I think it's just a carryover from the first 2 games. First 2 games late in the game, we had a good lead. It didn't hurt us. We didn't play well defensively late game, so we didn't do that all. We didn't do well all tonight on defensive end, and it made us play.
Allison.
AD, so much of this run for your team has been coinciding with your personal journey. Your first conference finals, first buzzer beater, first finals wins, now it's the first finals loss. How are you internalizing it, and how do you expect the next 48 hours to go for you leading up to game 4?
I'll be fine. I mean, I just have to be better. Both ends on the floor, like I said. Foul trouble. Bringing the energy. The team relies on me bringing that energy to start the game. And when you pick up 2 fouls, guys come in earlier, things like that. So I just have to be better. But that was one loss. We're still up in this series. Like I said, we never want to get too high. We don't want to get too low. But we'll look at the film, see where I can be better on both ends, see where we can be better as a team. Come out game 4, much better than we played tonight.
Frank, I know you talked about this in the first quarter interview, the 10 turnovers in that first quarter. How did you think that was emblematic of just the general effort tonight, if at all?
It wasn't about effort. It was just about execution. But again, credit their defense. They played a terrific game, forced a lot of those turnovers. We'll look at the tape and see how we can be better.
Allison, go ahead.
Okay, we'll start with David Benjamin.
Frank, you mentioned turnovers. Does it feel like a different series now? Obviously, they get their first win on the board, but with the looming potential return of Bam Adebayo, and was it feel like prepping for Game 4 as you turn the page?
Well, we've had great respect for this team. from the start. It didn't change after game one. It didn't change after game two. Even with guys out, we still have great respect. We saw that in game two, what they're capable of from an offensive firepower standpoint, defensive competitiveness standpoint. So, you know, they're going to be a great opponent with those guys or without them.
It's another tough night for Danny and KCP, and obviously, you know, in that starting lineup, they help space, and it's a dangerous weapon against the zone. What do you see out of their performances the last two games? And is there, I mean, obviously they've been through some slumps before, but is there a way you kind of get them through that?
Yeah, just stay the course. Those guys will be fine. They've been great for us all year. And, you know, we have to execute as a group better. You know, if we execute as a group better, have more intent to get a higher shot quality, then those guys will be fine.
I'll go back to Will.
All right, thank you. Bill Plaschke?
Yeah, Frank, did it bother you at all that a couple of your players walked off the court before the game was over with?
I think they thought the game was over. I don't think they realized there was point whatever still on the clock.
All right, I'm going to take two more on my side. Brian Mahoney?
Frank, did you guys think you got thrown out of rhythm right away by Davis's early foul trouble? I know LeBron came back in the game pretty quickly, but it seemed like you're just getting rhythm at the first quarter there.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Did you guys think you never got a rhythm with the Davis early foul trouble in that first quarter?
Yeah, I mean, I think that impacted us some, but we've been in foul trouble before, and you have to play through it. I mean, that's part of the game. We see that all throughout the course of the season and in the playoffs, and you know, you have to be able to adapt and adjust. It probably had a small factor on our offensive rhythm, but you know, we just got to be better overall on both ends.
Had 20 turnovers tonight. How much did that impact the final score of the game?
A lot, you know, especially anytime you have really over 12, 13, 14 turnovers, that's a lot. So, you know, anytime you have 20 turnovers in a, you know, let alone the finals with a playoff game, it doesn't bode well for you. You know, they just get so many more opportunities to score. You know, we're not even getting shots up. So, you know, it hurts. It hurts for sure. It hurts.
Well, this team was without two of its top three players. How disappointed are you that you guys couldn't get that 3-0 lead? And are you surprised as well?
Yeah, disappointed for sure. You know, that was our game, and we were just, you know, we let our foot off the gas. You know, we had a lot of mistakes offensively with the turnovers and defensively as well. So, yeah, we're disappointed.
How do you get back to what you did the first two games a couple days from now in Game 4?
We just got to not turn the ball over. I think we had in both of those games combined probably 20 turnovers. So if we can, you know, get shots up on the rim, not, you know, handicap ourselves, and then also just clean up, you know, their slip attack. You know, one thing that's really hurting us right now is Olenek, and we got to figure it out because the slip drags is hurting us. It's hurting us right now.
Go to Brad Turner.
Kyle, talk about the way Markieff Morris played for you guys. Seemed like he shot the ball very well and was doing his best to keep you guys in the game.
Yeah, Keith made big shots. You know, just if guys are going to leave us open, our job is the bench unit to hit shots, and he came in and he did that at a high rate today.
Okay, let's go over to Jim on site. I believe we have a few questions there.
Jim, go ahead, please. Kyle, you guys have talked about not being complacent and sort of trying to keep the foot on the gas. Have you seen signs of that, or do you feel like this game result reflects maybe some complacency on his part?
I'm not going to say complacency because that's not the type of group we have, and that's not really in our DNA. But you know, we just had a few mental slips for sure. You know, and it happens. You know, you can't be perfect. You can't be the perfect. Can't be the perfect human, can't be the perfect basketball player. You know, you're going to make mistakes, but it's our job to, you know, limit those mistakes. If you do that, then, you know, have a better mood after games.